Now at noon, why the son of a missing Dane County couple is behind bars. And drug company Pfizer says its booster shot could ramp up COVID immunity, why officials are saying not so fast.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us on this Friday afternoon. We are waiting to hear from Dane County deputies about the arrest of the son of a missing Windsor couple. 32-year-old Chandler Helderson is behind bars today. He was arrested last night for allegedly giving false information on his parents' whereabouts. Bart and Krista Helderson were last seen in their home on July 1st. Chandler said the couple planned to visit Langlade County over the 4th of July weekend, but wasn't sure whether they made it there or not. Detectives believe their disappearance is suspicious and that their son gave officials false information. Deputies are planning on giving an update on this case at 2:30 this afternoon, and when that happens, we'll bring it to you live on our website and Facebook page. Also, our Adam Duxter interviewed Chandler before he was arrested yesterday. You can listen to that full conversation on channel3000.com. A Columbia County man is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide in what deputies are calling a very serious and significant domestic incident. Deputies say it happened at a campground in the township of Lowville earlier this month. Officials were called to the local hospital to take a physical domestic report of a victim, which included strangulation. 45-year-old Michael Cisneros was arrested and charged with multiple counts. He's currently being held at the Columbia County Jail on a $25,000 cash bond. A warm-up from yesterday's cool weather. So what's in store for the weekend? Let's head to the Weather Center, where meteorologist Austin Kopnitsky has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Hi, Austin.
Hello. You know, it's felt pretty good outside the last few days, and that does continue through today. Currently at 74 degrees in Madison. But one thing I do want to point out, dew points down to about 56 degrees as of right now. So the dew points really have fallen over the last few days as well. And if you step outside, you'll notice, well, it's not as muggy as what we have seen. A few mornings ago, low temperatures were at about 73 degrees, and dew points were in the upper 60s and low 70s. So about a 15-degree drop in dew points really makes all the difference in the world. But then you look at our Doppler track, some of those early morning showers to our southwest are now gone, and we're looking pretty good to go here for today. Main risk for showers and storms is going to be far down to our southwest, right around Omaha and farther to the southeast of Omaha. They're actually looking at an enhanced risk for severe weather. While here locally, most of us are going to stay dry, and there's no chance of any severe weather here today. But our temperatures still holding in the upper 60s and low 70s for most of us. Mineral Point actually at about 66 degrees. Dew points also look pretty great, again with those mid 50s as of right now. And later on today, we're only going to top out in the mid 70s for most of us. Variable cloud cover and still that chance for a shower down to our southwest. But for most of us, we're not going to have to deal with that here today.
All right, that's good. Thank you, Austin.
This is a staggering and heartbreaking number that affects all of us very, very deeply.
The death toll in the Florida condominium collapse has risen to 78 after 14 additional victims were pulled out of the rubble. An additional 62 people are still unaccounted for. Yesterday, Paraguay's foreign minister said that the body of the sister of that country's first lady was among those found. Several Latin American citizens were reported in the building when it collapsed. Rescue workers now focused on finding remains instead of survivors, and they have pledged to keep up their search for victims until they clear the debris, all of the debris at the site. Some good news for vaccinated teachers and students going into the school year. U.S. health officials say those who are vaccinated don't need to wear a mask inside school buildings. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced the new guidelines today. The changes come after a growing national vaccination campaign in which children as young as 12 are eligible to get shots, as well as the general decline in recent months in COVID hospitalizations and deaths. The guidance generally leaves it to local officials to figure out how to ensure that the unvaccinated are using precautions while letting those who are fully protected go mask-free. COVID-19 remains a dire threat across parts of the U.S., and now there are growing concerns about how long vaccines remain effective against infection. Pfizer has raised the alarm, saying it wants to introduce a booster dose, but the FDA is not convinced. Skylar Henry reports.
Pfizer's two-dose vaccine has protected millions of Americans from COVID-19. Now the company says a third dose could dramatically boost immunity. That announcement came after a study in Israel found the vaccine becomes less effective over time.
What they are seeing is a small number of people who are elderly who got the vaccine early on in January are having some mild symptoms. Period. So it's not clear we need a booster, but it is clear that a booster will dramatically increase immunity.
The Food and Drug Administration, together with the CDC, responded to Pfizer's announcement within hours, saying fully vaccinated Americans do not need a booster at this time. Dr. David Agus says it's the unvaccinated population that remains most at risk.
99.7% of hospitalizations of COVID-19 patients in the United States now are unvaccinated.
Pfizer says it'll ask the FDA to grant emergency use authorization for a third dose later this summer, and that it could make the vaccine 5 to 10 times more effective. But health agencies say a booster will be approved only if and when science shows it's needed. The powerful Delta variant is now the dominant strain in the U.S., driving up to 80% of new infections in part of the Midwest that remain undervaccinated.
The time for watching to see what's going to happen is over. If you're really serious about protecting yourself and protecting your family, it's time to get vaccinated now.
The latest research shows that the full dosage of current vaccines offers strong protection even against that Delta variant. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Silver Spring, Maryland.
And according to the CDC, just over 55% of Americans over the age of 12 are now fully vaccinated. And in Wisconsin, almost 3 million people have received a COVID shot, while almost 48% of the state's population has completed its vaccine series. In Dane County, 66% of residents are now fully vaccinated. Tropical storm Elsa is churning up the East Coast near New York City, which got pounded by a different storm yesterday. Heavy rain flooded this Manhattan subway station with water rising over the platform. It only took around 3 inches of fast-falling rain to not only drench New Yorkers on the streets, but turn roads into rivers and stranded drivers on an expressway. That storm system that hit New York wasn't even part of Tropical Storm Elsa, which has been lashing the East Coast with winds of up to 50 miles an hour after pounding Florida's west coast earlier this week. As Elsa moved north Thursday, it left parts of South Carolina underwater and turned neighborhoods in Myrtle Beach into fast-moving streams. After 20 years, U.S. troops will be out of Afghanistan by the end of next month. President Biden yesterday laid out the final strategy for withdrawing the remaining U.S. forces. Across the country, districts are falling to the Taliban like dominoes. As U.S. forces head for the exits and militants inch even closer to the capital, the U.S. Embassy has been taking a hard look at its own security situation. Even now, American diplomats shuttle between the embassy and airport by helicopter. But what if the compound gets stormed?
There's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of an embassy of the United States from Afghanistan.
The moment the president was referring to, the emergency airlift of Americans from the then capital of Vietnam in 1975. The Taliban says they are not planning a military takeover of Kabul or intending to storm the U.S. Embassy. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
Global leaders push for an expedited vaccine rollout and make that resume pop and take the job hunt to TikTok. I'm Diane King Hall, the New York Stock Exchange. Of those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
Celebrate the freedom of a great night's sleep and save big during the extended July 4th sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale, like the Doctor's Choice Firm, just $617.49. Or check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm, easy on the wallet for just $284.99. Or try the Eurotop for just $332.49. Score a Doctor's Choice pillow for just $39.99, plus 5 years no interest and free shipping right to your doorstep. But hurry, the extended July 4th sale at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
When it comes to internet and TV, Spectrum has the competition beat.
Really?
Can you keep up with all this?
Yes. With faster download speeds and better performance, Spectrum is the #1 choice for gamers. Switch now with the fastest internet starting speeds for the price, 200 megabits. That's enough speed to game, surf, stream, and more on all your devices. Get Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-742-4499.
Okay, but what about TV? It's not easy to find something that works for everyone.
Spectrum TV with the free Spectrum TV app lets you watch live sports, local news, and more on your TV and on your devices. And unlike satellite, there's no ugly dish on your roof. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-742-4499.
Too bad I'm in a contract.
Stuck in a contract? Spectrum will buy it out up to $500.
Seriously?
And you won't have to sign a new one. Don't wait. Switch today.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yes! Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-742-4499.
Do you suffer from ED? Did you know there could be a way to relieve ED without harmful medications, needles, or surgery? Peak Performance for Men is here to help. Click or call now to treat your ED. And remember, our results make the difference.
Here's the thing. When you create a network as a local, you know the dead spots, so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the strongest signal comes from starting local and staying loyal, no matter how much you grow. The nationwide network built from your town up. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. No trade-in required or hidden fees. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Finance ministers from the world's largest 20 economies are gearing up to urge faster distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. That's according to Reuters. But the cooperation from the G20 is expected to stop short of making any further firm commitments on additional financial support for COVAX, the global vaccine sharing alliance. The pandemic obliterated 22 million jobs in wealthier nations, according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. The economic watchdog estimates the ranks of the unemployed grew by more than 8 million people last year, and the global labor market is not expected to recover to pre-pandemic levels until 2023. It's bonus season at Microsoft. According to multiple reports, the tech titan is handing out $1,500 bonuses to employees for working through the pandemic. The bonus is for all staff below the corporate vice president level that started with the company on or before March 31st of this year. The bonuses even apply to part-time workers. And TikTok wants to help people find a job. The popular social media app is testing out a pilot program dubbed TikTok Resumes. It lets users create a video resume, post it to TikTok, and then send that video to recruiters through the app. The program runs through the end of the month. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow rebounding up 416 points. The NASDAQ 141 in the positive territory. And the S&P 500 up 43. We are counting down to a giant leap forward in the billionaire space race. Virgin Galactic's Richard Branson and Blue Origin's Jeff Bezos are both launching this month on separate missions. On Sunday morning, Branson will become the space tourist. Branson's space voyaging will begin on a runway at Spaceport America in New Mexico. A 12,000-foot straightaway for Virgin Galactic's mothership, VMS Eve, is a plane, a twin aircraft with two pilots. In the middle, it carries the spaceplane VSS Unity. At about 45,000 feet, Eve will release Unity.
We've got massive windows all the way around. They'll be able to unbuckle, they'll be able to float around, and they will have become an astronaut.
Branson's rival as a space baron, Jeff Bezos, he'll launch his Blue Origin spaceship on July 20th. Branson will beat Bezos into space by 9 days. And speaking of Bezos, the richest man of the world just keeps getting richer. Bloomberg's Billionaires Index pegs Jeff Bezos' net worth at $214 billion. That's up from last year when he became the first person to cross the $200 billion threshold at $202 billion. No one is likely to catch up to Bezos anytime soon. Tesla and SpaceX founder Elon Musk is second on the list, but he's almost $50 billion behind Bezos at a mere $179 billion. All right. A cloudy and mild start to your Friday. So what can we expect for the weekend? Austin has a look at your certified most accurate forecast next.
The Stars and Stripes deals must end Tuesday at Ashley HOMESTORE. Don't miss savings up to 60% off holiday doorbusters. Pay as little as $25 a month for complete rooms you'll love with no interest financing for 5 years. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices. Ashley HOMESTORE.
It's a great time to start those big projects with 11% off everything right now at Menards. Whether your storage needs are small or large, a post frame building is the perfect solution. You can save 11% on the plans and materials. Design and buy online or stop into the store to start planning it today. Save 11% on all post frame buildings and everything else right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
If a physical or emotional condition keeps you from working, Social Security should pay disability benefits. Often it doesn't, and deserving people are denied. I'm attorney Don Becker. Don't give up. In Wisconsin, we've turned thousands of disability denials into approvals. Disability law is all we do.
Call the Becker Law Office, 1-800-254-7766.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
The Summer of Sleep mattress sale must end Tuesday at Ashley HOMESTORE. This is your last chance to save up to $800 on premium brands. Pay as little as $20 a month for Purple mattresses. Get the sleep you deserve for less through Tuesday at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Well, Saturday marks 3 years since the Sun Prairie explosion. And make room for some rain this weekend. Austin will have your weekend forecast. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
News 3 Now's call for action gets answers when you can't.
A COVID patient's care jeopardized by insurance denials. After we contacted Aetna, the company reversed course.
News 3 Now's call for action, taking action for you. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this very pleasant Friday.
Oh, it's beautiful. Another beautiful day. Even if we've got some rain in the forecast, I'm fine with this for a little while anyhow. Start getting nervous next week if we don't get temperature back around, but we're doing all right now. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening. Yesterday was the wrap-up of the 92nd Wisconsin State FFA Convention. I want to congratulate a young man from Menominee, Wisconsin. Ben Steyer was selected from the officer team of 2020-2021 to lead the new officer team into 2021-2022. That young man had served as one of the regional vice presidents on the previous officer team, and like I said, now he'll take on leadership responsibilities as the new Wisconsin State FFA president. We've got all kinds of other details from the FFA convention up on our website if you want to take a look, MidwestFarmReport.com. You know, I talked about this weather. We do have some of our farmers that are starting to combine winter wheat. I haven't heard too much as far as the yields or as far as quality is concerned. If you're starting to combine and you want to share that, you can always use my talk text line and communicate directly with me. That's 877-301-FARM. 877-301-3276. Be sure you're being careful with those big machines, though. Again, I always talk about road safety, but it's also safety in the fields. If we did have drier conditions next week, combine fires are not something we haven't seen in Wisconsin. Barrel cheese unchanged today at $1.58. 40-pound block cheese closes the week penny and a half higher at $1.72.5. Double A butter stands still as well at $1.67.5 per pound. So yeah, beautiful day today. Really looking forward to a nice weekend, even if it involves a little rain.
Yes, get that humidity out of here. It helps a whole lot.
Oh, for sure.
All right, have a great weekend, Pam.
Thanks, you too.
And here's Austin now with a look at that forecast.
Yeah, and Pam was talking about how it would be good news to actually see warmer temperatures returning. 70s feel great outside, but for crop health, we do need a little bit of some higher heat, and we do have that as well towards the middle and end of this forecast. But what we're not seeing here currently is rain showers. Now, our Doppler track is keeping us free of these showers. Earlier this morning, again, we did have some shower action down to our southwest, some of which didn't even reach the ground. But where we're really watching out for, it's not really in our local area. It's between Waterloo, Omaha, and even St. Louis. That's where we are really seeing the brunt of these showers and storms, some of which have a history of being strong to severe. And they have, again, that elevated risk for severe weather, especially between Omaha and St. Louis. But here locally, notice how that sharply cuts off. Most of us, again, aren't even going to see any rainfall today as we are looking to stay dry. But our future track does show a chance for those showers, especially, again, down to our southwest. Some of this could clip some of our southwestern communities, but that's just about it. Most of us looking pretty good to go here for today. We still do have a few more shower chances to talk about tomorrow. Most of us also looking to stay dry with just that slight chance of a shower. And then into the nighttime hours, we're looking at much of the same, but I do think we have some more elevated shower and storm chances towards the middle of this next work week. Notice how on Monday it bumps up to around a 40% chance. Thursday also about a 40% chance. And as we get closer to some of these midweek days as well, we're likely going to see these percentage chances actually either going up or down. But notice how on our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we're likely going to stay a little bit above average. That's why we're seeing those shades of orange here over us. And looking at these next 10 days, we have been below average the last few. We're going to stay below average all the way through Monday. And then we do warm things right back up into those lower to even mid 80s. That's a lot closer to where we should be, but also even a little bit warmer than average towards the end of that forecast. Now, our temperatures are showing those lower to mid 70s for a lot of us. Some spots actually still getting trapped in the upper 60s. Platteville, one of them right now, alongside Mineral Point and Monroe. But overall, those cooler temperatures, again, feels pretty good outside, especially with lower dew points. Dew points only in the 50s. That means it feels pretty excellent to actually spend some time outdoors. And it does look like that trend's going to continue for a little bit before we start to bring back that higher relative humidity. Right now, again, however, percentages in the 50s and 60s. Feels pretty good to be outside. Wind speed's also not really much of a problem for today, just around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Some spots even looking at some calm winds right now, Juneau, Watertown, and Janesville. But our futurecast does, again, show this afternoon a pretty nice one right there. We're still going to see some cloud cover, quite a bit of it, in fact. Unfortunately, not as much sunshine as I would have liked. But then for tomorrow, we're looking at much of the same. Saturday's high about 77 degrees. Just that slight chance of a shower, especially down to our south and southwest. And then for that 10-day forecast overall, we bring back the higher heat, bring back the higher humidity, and subsequently, that means better chances for showers and storms for this next work week coming up.
It is July, after all.
That's exactly right.
All right, thank you, Austin. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you get frustrated when you can't pronounce half the ingredients in what you buy, today we have a farm-to-table answer for that.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Do you love your morning coffee but hate what it does to your smile? Coffee might kickstart your morning, but it's also kicking you in the teeth by making them yellow and dingy. And you probably know by now that coffee stains are stubborn stains. Whitening toothpaste can't even begin to handle them. But I'm here to tell you about Power Swabs. With just 5-minute applications, you can tell those coffee stains to kiss off. Because 5-minute applications is all it takes for Power Swabs to lift coffee stains, tea stains, red wine stains, and even stains from smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
If you have one tooth that's darker than the others, you can target that one with Swab Precision.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise. I like being able to individually get the teeth and kind of in between the grooves.
You just snap, swab, and smile. In fact, in 7 days, you probably won't be able to stop smiling.
It's so simple. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and they're white and bright again like they were before. I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
Not only will power swabs whiten natural teeth, it also removes stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
You know, these days, it seems that more and more of us want nutrition labels to be clean and list simple ingredients, rather than ones that are hard to pronounce. This isn't always possible, but we came up with an easy homemade tomato sauce that features fresh tomatoes, as well as a few other pantry favorites. We start by cutting up about 4 pounds of super ripe tomatoes. This time of year, you shouldn't have any problem finding ones that are really fresh like this. Next, we fill our blender about 3/4 of the way full and give it a whirl until the tomatoes are pureed. Then we pour this into a soup pot and we repeat this until all the tomatoes are used up. Now, we add some off-the-shelf spices and let it simmer uncovered for about an hour. We'll stir in some fresh basil and voila, this sauce is ready to serve over everything from pasta to veggies. This is something that you can whip up in no time. There's no peeling or seeding. Simply blend, simmer, and enjoy. And when it comes to taste, all I can say is, Mamma Mia, it's good. To get the recipe for what we call blender tomato sauce, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fresh and saucy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. A 14-year-old New Orleans girl made history at the Scripps National Spelling Bee. After spelling Murara correctly, Zalia Avantgarde of Louisiana twirled in excitement after winning the Scripps National Spelling Bee, the first African-American to do so.
It felt really great to be the first African-American champion because it's just almost 100 years of no African-Americans. It's not too surprising or anything, but it's still kind of sad and stuff for there not to be any African-American winners, but it feels good.
But spelling isn't her only passion. She's also a basketball phenom. She holds 3 Guinness World Records for her dribbling skills and hopes to play in the WNBA one day. Quit showing off. She's a talented young lady, that's for sure. All right, Austin, what do you got?
Wow. Nothing as impressive as what we just saw right there. But outside, ooh, it feels so good right now with the mid-70s. A lot of cloud cover, however, overhead, but some sunshine still could peek through here over the next few hours. Temperatures remain in those mid-70s for much of the rest of today, eventually falling back down into the 60s overnight and upper 50s as well. But you look at those rain chances, especially towards the beginning and middle part of next week. That's where our temperatures are going to rise quite a bit. We'll be back into the lower to mid-80s by the time we reach Tuesday, and higher humidity also looks to return, especially by the start of this next work week. So this weekend, enjoy the lower humidity while we have it. Both today and tomorrow, most of the days will stay dry. Some of our southwestern communities may end up picking up on a shower or even a weaker thunderstorm, but we're not expecting any severe weather for today or tomorrow. And then Sunday, we have a little bit of a better chance to see some shower and storm activity. But if you notice towards the end of this 10-day forecast, it stays pretty hot and pretty muggy, but the rain chances actually look to leave us for right now.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Austin. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.